Well, hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today I'm finally making my full-on review on Zenless Zone 0 because I finally made it to Internet level 40. And I have a lot of main points I want to talk about, and I'll be discussing them separately, but I will add timestamps for your convenience. And one thing to make clear, these are my opinions and my opinions only, and if you disagree with me, let me know your guys' opinions down in the comment section. And of course, if you like what you see, why not hit the like button and subscribe to my channel because we're so close to 900 subs. Alright, first of all, we have to give praise to our Lord and Savior, the skip button, that I don't think I ever used once, so yeah.
You honestly think you're fucking funny? Seriously.
But even though I don't use it, I can definitely see the value of skipping through all of this main story just to get into the combat. Like, it's so good for having alt account trying to get like your favorite character. Like, you can pretty much make some account and like spam through the story because you can skip through everything. For me, even though I kind of got bent over and got railed for getting 2 Nekomarus because Ellen like a bitch to me, I've never really had alt accounts in this game yet because I like seeing all those zeros on my UID because it reminds me of my money. And I heard a lot of mixed reception with the story. A lot of people like it, none of people wasn't a fan how episodic was, how they know main plot yet. I say yet because yes, it's episodic for now, but they're more setting up the ground to make a main point coming up, because if you see the story, they're hints towards that, but also at the same time, this video I'm showing on screen, it basically gives us a roadmap to what's to come in the main story. And as of the story we got right now, I don't think it was the best thing I ever saw, but I thoroughly enjoyed my time when I was doing the story. And I really like the fact that they made use of both the MCs in the game. Instead of picking one and the other one basically go to the Shadow Realm. And you're both of them talking, working together to help navigate through the hollows, and also you have the amount of crisp cutscenes in the main story. It's really nice. And by now, Hoyer knows how to make we attach a character, because I'll be honest, when I originally saw Kalita, I had no interest in her because she kind of looked boring to me, but when I did the Bell Box story quest, I had a deeper appreciation for Kalita, seeing her struggles and that satisfying cutscene at the end. Then you have a character like Nekomaru, who I already love based on the design alone. When I did the main story involving Nekomaru, I honestly loved the character even more. And I would definitely say out of all the characters, Nekomaru is like one of my favorite characters now. So for like the story, I'll probably give like a solid 7 or 7.5. The only thing I actually hate about the story is the fact that you can replay it, and for how much you can replay and the amount of storage you need to play the game, thanks for all those files of story that you can replay, make the game 115 gigabytes of storage. Like, damn.
Well, you know what they say, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Shut the fuck up! You shut the fuck up!
Alright, now we at the combat, and I'll be honest, I'm kind of biased, but I absolutely adore the combat system in Zenless Zone 0. Especially on mobile, because I did not expect how smooth the combat would be on mobile. And like, it's so fast paced. The parry system is like one of my most favorite things, because doing perfect parries, especially against bosses or big elite enemies, is like one of the most satisfying things you can do, especially when you time it perfectly. It is amazing. And about the chain attack, I didn't realize how much people wasn't really a big fan of chain attacks, because in some cases it can be a DPS source, and I didn't really think of that because I like doing the chain attacks. But in the near future, there's a way you can disable it, so that's good for the people that want to disable it too. But otherwise, I really have no complaints, because the chain attacks are pretty cool, especially against bosses where you get to do it 3 times. And realistically, I really do enjoy the combat system. I really like how quick and flashy it is. The wipeout screen is amazing, so I'm gonna give the combat like a 8.5 because I really think it's that good.
Trapped within these walls, you left our souls to drift away.
Alright, let's talk about TV mode, because there have been a lot of complaints by the community, especially TV mode in the main story. And I pretty much talked about how I felt about TV mode in the story, how I kind of liked it and didn't really care whether it was there or not. And I can definitely see the criticism behind it, but as I said before, like, if there's enough like pushback, the developers would do something on Global Hall a few days ago. They heard the complaints about TV mode in the story. They're gonna try to shorten it or go a different route of doing TV mode. mode. So I'm intrigued what they're gonna do in the future, but other than the story mode, which I already talked about, I really do enjoy TV mode and like events when they have it, and I actually really enjoyed it in Hollow Zero. It's actually really enjoyable in Hollow Zero, but my big problem or complaint, and that is in the exploration mode. Because TV mode in Hollow Zero and the main story was more enjoyable because you can basically turn your brain off while doing it. But in some of the stages of exploration mode, it can be sometimes brutal for how much brain power you need. Because since I was farming for that bitch Ellen and now Zuyuan, I had to do so much exploration, bank to try to farm for the characters I want, which is on me for doing that to myself. Now, even though I enjoyed it in Hollow Zero and the story, I'm gonna give TV mode a freaking 6.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds.
Okay, for the gacha, there's a few stuff I want to touch on because one, it's pretty much the same like Genshin and HSR, but there's a few stuff I actually really like, especially how they handle the free standard 5-star we get at 50 pulls. In HSR, you also get a free 5-star around the same amount of wishes. That will cost standard banner ticket, but it's two separate banners, so once you get your free 5-star from the North banner, to get the free 5-star selector from the standard banner, you have to spend an additional 300 wishes on the standard banner to get your free 5-star selector for Zenless on Zero. Then both the free 5-stars we get, being the one at 50 pulls and at 300 pulls on the standard banner, once you get your free 5-star within 50 pulls, that can go towards the 300 pulls so you can get more closer to getting 300 pulls to get your free 5-star selector. Like, I'm almost halfway there to 300 pulls on standard banner. And how they deal with the bank group, pretty solid. How they have the separate currency, you basically guaranteed anyone you go for, and the amount of boo points you get from Hollow Zero events just playing the game. And for how free to play friendly the gacha is, it's pretty fair, I would say, and you pretty much can get any character you want, assuming you win the 50-50. You just have to like spend your currency responsibly and you should be fine. But hey, if being free to play doesn't work, there's always the power of the credit card though, am I right?
And that's a fact.
Okay, so now for the world design pros and cons, because this also has a fair amount of criticism to it because it kind of in an open world because everything either combat or in TV mode, right? For which reason, all the places look different and it's nice to look at. And don't even get me started on how good these NPCs look, especially some of these female characters, because for most of these designs, they would look like they're playable. But I've seen like some complaints on how it's not open world and sometimes it can feel like you're in a box. I can sometimes feel empty, especially when you found all the chests around the area. And the fact that you kind of stuck with the MC only, it kind of sucks for some people. Luckily they changed that in the future. But realistically, I couldn't really care for the open world aspect after playing through Genshin and Within Waves. I think it's fine that this game is an open world because if you just want to play an open world game, you can just go play an open world game like Genshin or Within Waves. Like Zenless on Zero is a battle simulator that has like puzzles in it. And if you're not a fan of that, well, life is tough, I'll tell you that.
We know that I can persevere, go forward on my own.
Alright, even though the game has so much combat, Zenless on Zero is not really a main game. It's more like a game you play on the side. Now you can pretty much play at your own pace, log in for a few hours, do your daily training, and then you can log out. But then there's some instances, especially if you're doing story and game content, where you can basically play this game for like hours if you choose to. But also about how much stuff like the energy system costs, especially if you're doing like this dry farming or trying to get a character up, you can pretty much get a lot of stuff done if you focus on one character. And like when you're trying to farm for a specific character you want, or you can spend like 100 energy on the character mats. Like you can get done spending your energy very fast in like a good like 10 or 5 minutes, which is good for a game you just want to get done and finish everything, do everything you need to do and log out. That's pretty solid. I think I'll give that a 9. Alright, we at the end game part, and so far all we have is Chi Defense and Hollow Zero. And Chi Defense is basically like MOC in Abyss. You basically fight waves of enemies and you have to kill them within a set amount of time to get all the rewards from Chi Defense. And Hollow Zero is a roguelike game mode where you get buffs and you fight enemies and there's a boss at the end. There's also the arcade, but I barely touched that, only did for like the event. and pretty fun to do, and it been confirmed by the devs that more endgame content will be coming in the future. So that's something we can definitely look forward to. I'm not sure it will be like Hollow Zero or like CU level defense difficulty. And speaking of the difficulty, since it's a Hoyo game, they tend to prioritize casual players, so it's between like medium to challenging if you're free to play, and a low spender and completely easy if you spend money. But the combat difficulty won't be nothing like winning waves. They basically get your character, build them up, have the right discrod, right W engine, decent team, and you can basically beat all the content in the game. So for the end game, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Alright, we at the final toss of the review. And overall, since launch, I thoroughly enjoy playing Zenless 1.0. And like, I can understand a lot of people not really enjoying it as much as me, or there's probably some people that agree with me. Like, there's so much different opinions on this game because I feel like this game didn't get like success compared to like Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. Like, TV mode in the story was kind of like a no-brainer for them. They play like too much other gacha games and they don't want to add another one to the arsenal, or they're probably not that big into the character designs, or they don't like how some characters get portrayed in the game. Like, I definitely think there are a lot of reasons, but the thing is, we're still in 1.0 and the devs are listening, and hell, they've been doing a lot of insane stuff for next patch. Like, this game will only get better with time. And hell, for what they have, I really like a lot of the character designs. I think they're really interesting. The voice acting is peak. Like, I'm excited to see where this game goes, but for now, I think like my final ranking, for now at least, I'll just give an 8, 7.5, because I actually really like it, and I think it can definitely go up. I need to see where the game goes moving forward, because Honkai Star, my favorite Hoyo game, is a 9. Like, if the game keep its momentum, I think this might actually be like one of my favorite Hoyo games, but we have to see with time. And yeah, that's about it. So guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate you for sure. This is definitely gonna be a long video, I can already see that. So this will be a pain to edit, so if you enjoyed the video, why hit the like button because it does support me and goes a long way. And why subscribe to my channel because I do make similar content to this, and if you want, join my Discord server if you want to talk to me or anyone in my community. But with all that said, take care, love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.